Learned how I saved over $150,000 in hidden tax deductions by purchasing farmland.
No way.
Absolutely, guys. It's true. It's an old tax law. It's called Section 180, and I used Boa Safra to help me out with this. You can go back and listen to the episode on Farm for Profit from probably June or July of 2024. What I want to do is take you guys through my step-by-step process of how this works and show you how easy it is.
Well, this is going to take forever. If you saved 150 grand or more, this probably took a long time.
The hardest was just buying the farmland and going to the bank and getting approved and getting someone to actually give me the money to do it. But basically what it is they are looking at the nutrients that are in your soil. It's like a bank. So check it out. Guys, you go to boasafraag.com. And it's easy. You click Get Started, you fill out some really easy information, phone number, email address, roughly how many acres you're gonna do. You send that in and someone from Boa Safra will be getting back to you and you fill out some more information. That process takes 10 or 15 minutes and then it's getting samples and getting the report back. And I will take you through that. We'll go out and look at soil samples and how all that works, and I'll show you the result at the end. All right, sitting here at the studio and about ready to pull out. Just got the call from Boa Safra sampling team, and they're heading to my field now. We're gonna go check it out. This is a crucial part of the process, and I can't wait to see it. In Slater, Iowa, on my field, it is cold as crap out. We got frost in the ground, but Boa Safra is here. They sample year-round. They got this pretty cool deal on the back of this Ranger. I'll show you that in a minute. They're working their way this way, but I wanted to come out and see how this process works because we're trying to follow the process from signing up all the way to getting the tax deduction. So Section 180, Boa Safra is pretty cool. Just got back from the Land Expo as well. There was a lot of buzz, a lot of people at their booth starting to learn about this because not a lot of people know that you can actually deduct the nutrients that are in your soil after you purchase a piece of property, which is a big, big deal.
This is Corey's field, 80 acres, 10-acre grid. Everybody's seen it. This is a standard 10-acre grid that we grid out. And then what David will show you is every point that we go to, this Chrysler Labs has a geolocation, and it will pin where we are at in the field, and he'll show you that on his phone.
That took around 25 seconds to take its sample, and then maybe another 10 seconds to 30 seconds to hit this app. So,
and then all of that will be sent to Boa Safra, and they'll do the calculations and tell you what your tax deduction on your nutrients in your soil could be.
That's exactly how it works.
Yep.
So probably the biggest question that I have got is, I bought a farm 3 years ago. Can I still use this? Technically, according to Boa Safra, yes, you can. You can go back and amend those taxes. Now, as I said before, talk to your CPA, talk to your tax professional, because they're ultimately going to know. Another question I've got, or more of a comment is, well, if that's going to cause an audit, well, so can very large charitable donations, like to a church or something like that. So I would say, yes, you should always have your taxes in line in case you do get audited. But the worth of this, to have over $150,000 worth of tax savings, is worth an audit if it happens. Just make sure the rest of your business is intact. If it's not, then maybe you shouldn't be doing this. So I am going to read the disclaimer that Boa Safra has here. It's a little long. I'll probably speed it up here. Maybe we'll just pop it on the screen. Do with that what you will, but it comes down to ultimately you and your tax professional. But guys, this is a huge savings.
This is a big day for you, Corey.
It is a big day. You know why that is?
Why?
Because I got my Boa Safra report back from the land I purchased last fall.
This is a big day.
This is a big day. It's tax season, and I don't want to have to spend money that I don't need to, and I've been waiting for this. I went out and I've tracked the process from the beginning to the end. It all started a few months ago, and it's been a really easy process. And let me tell you, I got an email late last week saying it's ready. I paid my bill, and 2 days later, I had the report in my inbox.
Okay, so what was the difference between not paying before and then getting the report after you paid?
So the one I got before I paid was basically just explaining, hey, we got your results. This is how it works. But the biggest part that was left out was how much are you actually going to be able to deduct?
Yeah.
And so
So
paid that.
As Dave says, though, now I'm curious, was the juice worth the squeeze?
I'm going to tell you it was worth the squeeze. So I'm going through the email here. It's a 12-page report, and they got a couple of other attachments explaining everything as well. Obviously, they got their disclaimers, things of that, some farm description here, kind of going through, which is also good for, it's good for you and your CPA. Going through how they're getting to this, what they're using for the soil samples, what they're using for a lab. Here's my results and nutrient load analysis. And this is where you're getting into the nuts and bolts of things of where they're pulling this. And they got data sources here. So soil tests conducted by Chrysler Labs, and that's the really cool new technology soil probe that
The
we've seen.
Instant read.
Yep. And those are calibrated normally, against labs that are at universities. Nutrient adjustment equivalent to nutrient utilized for relevant crop with state average yield. And then nutrient values based on DTN national data and regional fertilizer retailer prices. So it is taking in prices for that year
They've got
in that
sources.
area.
Yep.
Yes. Anyway, going through, they break it down per nutrient, all that kind of stuff. But let me get you to what you want to hear. On 85 acres,
Whoa.
85.31, $150,144.22.
That is a big number.
That's about $1,700, a little over $1,700 an acre, which I think is what they said their average was around $1,700 an acre. So this is going to allow us to take income in and maybe not go spend money. I'm not going to say dumb, but on something I didn't need.
It's a battle I had in the finance world a long time of, okay, tax guy says you got to spend this much before the end of the year, and I have to borrow money from the bank to buy this tractor.
Yep.
This is a method that you're able to use, and you don't have to borrow money besides what you use to purchase the farm.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, there's more pages here, an appendix showing you what they're paying per pound of nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium, and a bunch of micronutrients. So,
And
something I would look into.
You had talked to your CPA before, and they knew this was coming.
Yep, definitely talk to your CPA. There's some pushback with from what I've heard from some people because it's just an education thing. A lot of people have never used this, and a lot of people don't know about it. So I would say look into it, look up the tax code. You can do it yourself, but BOA software really makes it easy. They bring everything together from the soil sampling to the reporting process, so you're not missing anything. Hey, another thing, if you want to save some money in this process on BOA Software's services, we have partnered up with them at Farm for Profit. So go to boasoftwareag.com/farm for profit, and you'll save roughly about 10% off of their services. So just another way that we're helping. As always, guys, reach out anytime to us if you have any questions, and to BOA Software, definitely if you have some questions about this, because they're going to help you out.